Safety first. Oh no! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Boy, she turned out nice, didn't she? I'm really surprised at how well it cleaned up. I really am. So there's the cool muffler mod. Yeah. Yeah. Very happy with this. Well, I haven't, I don't even know if it runs yet. So this is the Tsumura bar that I bought just to run the steel hexa chains. It's an 063 gauge and it is a steel hexa chain. So that's what we'll be going with it. It's a 20-inch bar. I don't really run a 20-inch bar on a saw like this. Whenever I see people doing it in videos, it always kind of makes me giggle. But at the same time, it makes me go, man, I should try that. You know, because they just look like they would really rip with a 20-inch bar. I mean, I do it for the Woodsman whack-offs. Of course, I run a 20-inch bar there. But never have I taken a 70-plus cc saw and taken it out to the woods and actually just do real cutting with it with only a 20-inch bar. I feel like a saw like this, you got to have at least a 24-inch bar. But for now, that's what it's wearing. Eventually, though, this bar right here, because I have no use for a 063 gauge bar, it's just silly to me. So this will go on a Husqvarna saw that I sell on eBay because it'll help me bring bigger money for the saw. So I'll get rid of it that way. Unless one of you viewers want it, right? That is a nearly brand new hexa chain and a good bar. Husky large mount, 063, 20-inch Tsumura lightweight bar. I give you the whole thing for, I don't know, 120 bucks. There you go. If you want it, don't try and talk me down. But if you want it, actually we'll do 130 because of shipping. 130 and it's yours. I'll ship it to you anywhere in the United States. You get that bar, you get that chain, and you get a hexa file. So 130 bucks. If you want it, let me know or contact me at Bodie@woodsmanessentials.com. All right, so let's fire this thing up. At least hopefully it will fire up. I have not tried to start it yet. I just filled it up with fuel and oil. So we will see what happens. I did rebuild the carb too. What's going on there? Okay, it's way too lean on the high. Way too lean. So I'll pause this. We'll get it adjusted. Okay, guys and gals. I know this ain't going to be the best quality video because I got the sun behind me and stuff, but so I'm going to appear kind of dark to you probably. But anyways, so real quick, we fired it up. It's running great. I had to really richen it up a lot. So I normally like this one right here, I started with the carburetor at 1.5 turns out, the high and low jet. I definitely had to go out a lot from that. We're talking 2.5, maybe 3 turns out. So it's definitely going to be using a lot more fuel now. And as far as RPMs, so I got it to where I was like, that's probably good. And then I leaned it out just a little bit, just a hair, right? And I was like, okay, let's see what that is. And I looked in my tack, it was tacking at like 14,600. I was like, whoa. And so I backed off from that. Especially, I mean, maybe it'll run at that. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But especially it being brand new rebuild, you know. So I set it up at like 13.6. So this thing is revving free spin at 13,600, which should lead to a pretty fast cutting saw. I believe that these Shindaiwa is now owned by Echo. If you guys know, please tell me. Maybe they're just partnered up. I'm not sure. But this is back in the day whenever Shindaiwa was Shindaiwa and they had no affiliation, I believe, with Echo whatsoever. And to most people's, from what I can tell, most people's viewpoint was they were better whenever they were just Shindaiwa. And with the Echo lineup saws, like the Shindaiwas are the good ones. Because the Echoes that you see on the shelves now, a lot of them are actually Shindaiwa designs. That's what I've been told. Please let me know if you know more about it than I do. But enough talky talk. Let's get some cutty cut. That might be the fastest saw I have. That might be the fastest saw I've ever ran. That thing rips. Wow. I am thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. My gosh, I love this saw. I love this chainsaw. Jeez. I love this chainsaw. That thing is absolutely scorching. Hell, maybe that'll be the name for it, the Scorcher. Good God, that thing runs. That thing pulls chain at an alarming rate. I'm very happy with that. Once it breaks in a little bit, we will definitely do a head-to-head test between it and the 592. That's impressive. I am extremely happy. I'm overwhelmed happy with that. And that's an X-cut, I'm sorry, that's a C83 chain. No, get it straight. That's a hexa chain. Hexas ain't that fast. That's probably about a 20-second cut right there. If I was running the Husky C83, I would have gone through it at least 2 seconds faster. That's freaking impressive. I am so happy right now. So, okay, so now we get to story time. All right. My Husqvarna, and so if you guys are in this for the chainsaw cutting time, you can check out right now because now we're at story time. Bodie talks, okay? So, the deal, my love affair with these 757s began whenever I bought my Husqvarna 3120 XP. So, I went to an estate sale because I saw that they had a 3120 XP at this estate sale. They had other chainsaws too, but that's the one that really caught my eye. And I was like, oh yeah. And so I got up early in the morning. I showed up at that estate sale at like 5 a.m. so that I'd be the first person in the door. And I was the first person in the door. I got the 3120 and got it set to the side. Once I was comfortable with that and I had my saw that I came for, then I went inside and I started looking at the other things. Well, there were two other saws I was interested in. One was a Poland Pro 425, in which case I didn't get because I was uncertain about the Poland at that point. I didn't know. I knew that they had some other manufacturers make saws for them every now and then. And so I was uncertain about it, but I was like, if it's still there, I'll get it, because they were only asking like 35 bucks for it. And well, by the time I made it over there to it, it was gone. All right, some old man had gotten it. I saw him. Well, a year later, I bought that same chainsaw, the exact same chainsaw, off of that same old man for 65 bucks. And it's been brilliant. It is a great, great chainsaw. There was another saw there that I was wanting, and it was one of these. And I was like, oh, Shindaiwa, Shindaiwa. And I was like, oh, what's the number? 757? Isn't there an airplane called a 757? Yeah. 757 coming out of the sky. I want to take you pretty baby on a midnight ride. I gotta move. CCR, baby. And I know it's not, they say 727. But anyways, I looked it up and I saw what it was, and it had some good reviews, but they were asking too much for it. I had already spent my wad on the 3120. I couldn't afford it. But ever since then, I've been kind of jonesing for one of these. And I found this one on Facebook Marketplace, I believe. Well, that's pretty warm So I'm going to richen it up some. It's not bad, but it's pretty warm. I'm going to richen it up some. Anyways, I got this chainsaw. It was missing the top handle. The cylinder was fried. The stock piston had already been thrown away. Didn't have the air filter. So I had to buy a considerable amount of things for it. But I got it for 50 bucks. Came with a 28-inch bar and chain, which I have on right now on the Echo CS800. But I had to buy a piston. The cylinder, I was lucky, the cylinder cleaned up nicely. Had to buy a piston, air filter, full wrap bar. I went ahead and put new crank seals in it right away because there's a reason for that cylinder going bad, you know. And so all total, right now, for the power head alone, I've got about 280 bucks in this saw. And man, is it stellar. God, it runs good. And yeah, it's everything that I hoped that it would be. And if you have any kind of thoughts about, are these things awesome? I don't know how they are stock. I never got to run it stock. But I know ported. That's the hair of the dog right there. So I'm going to, I got to do some aesthetic stuff to it. I'll make some cool decals for it. Probably dye the top plastics. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Very happy with this. And that is the saw that I will be running at SawFest for the 74cc class. It's got a 51 millimeter bore and a 36 millimeter stroke. And so it's actually 73.5 cc's. Same thing as the Echo 7310. I don't want to make any real predictions like that or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's faster than the 7310 that I built. It definitely seems to have more torque. But then again, I only have a 20-inch bar on it. So this could all just be horse piss. You know, I mean, it's just, you just don't know. You just don't. People act like they do. But that's all right. They can act like that. I act like I know what I'm talking about like 90% of the time. But yeah, very, very stoked with that chainsaw. My God, that thing is a runner. So yeah, if you're going to SawFest, which is October the 15th, I think. It's a Saturday in Marysville, Ohio. If you haven't already looked into it, join the Facebook groups Chainsaw Addicts. That's ran by Doug Philbeck, and he is Indiana Doug here on YouTube. He does a great job running that. That's my favorite Facebook group because, I mean, chainsaw repair is really good too, but seems more straight-laced, and which is good. I like that. Whereas Chainsaw Addicts, you know, Doug will post all kinds of fun memes and stuff. It's more fun and enthusiast oriented, it seems like. But either of those two groups, Chainsaw Repair, Chainsaw Addicts on Facebook, and there's the official SawFest group also on Facebook. All three of those groups, if you join them, there will be information about Saw Fest. It's 2 different words, Saw Fest, in October. Show up. I'm gonna be there, and that Shindaiwa is gonna be there. Damn, that thing runs. If you watch the channel, you know me. I'm realistic about it. I am a budding builder, blossoming from my youth as a 2-stroke builder, and I don't expect to take any wins whatsoever unless, like Charlie, Charlie, you're gonna fuck up your cuts, buddy. But you know, if I had something like that, maybe I would win. Maybe if everybody around me can't do a full cut and I am on the money, I don't know. But but I will not be embarrassed to run this saw, that's for sure. I don't care who I'm going up against. That thing's strong. That thing is very strong, and it rips. So, yeah. Eric Nickel, it's a canned muffler. It's a canned exhaust. I'm following the rules, buddy. I love you all. Seriously, man. I really enjoy you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and liking. Yeah, please remember to hit that like button. It's easy to forget that, but it does make a difference for me. All right, later.